And then you just flip the camera, okay? I'll flip it around so it'll show both of us. You probably have to slide around over here. Hello, hello, how you doing? This is Pastor Darrell J. Holiday. This is
Angel Garcia, originally from Brooklyn, New York.
Alrighty, we here. And who is that just joined us? Miss Letitia, how you doing today? We here today, and I see Team King is on. Alrighty, I'm here with my Latino partner, Mr. Angel Garcia, and I don't really think you total Latino, right?
No, I'm all Latino. I'm Puerto Rican descent, lived in Isabela, Puerto Rico, but I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. So I'm excited, man. I'm really excited about being part of TLC. I'm excited about being able to work with you, Mr. Holiday, and hearing so many stories of ordinary folks just crushing it with total life changes. And one of the things Mr. Holiday and I were talking about is that there's so many companies out there, so many companies with so many fantastic compensation plan. And one of the things for me, at least for Mr. Angel Garcia, that I really looked at was that it has some simplicity of our compensation plan.
Right.
You know, for many of you who have been in network marketing, there are so many different levels. You have binaries, of course, and hybrid binaries, and so many different compensation plans. But when you can get a compensation plan that pays out that 50-50-50.
Exactly.
That allows anyone who's even never done network marketing to earn a check, to earn something. And the moment they earn something, they get excited and start believing that there is a real company with a back office with fantastic products. And for me, that's really what excited me.
Exactly.
That's what really got me fired up, because yes, I can join so many different companies, and we were just sharing so many of companies that I get hit on, if I can use that word, get hit on all the time about joining their company, and I got these fantastic. But the reality is, you want to get involved on an early stage.
Yes.
Especially for total life changer, who barely has 2 years, maybe 2.5 years
over here in the United States.
North America alone. So that to me excited me, and I mean, we're going to strategize right now and talk about what we can do to build our business.
Right.
And we look forward to anyone who's wanting to join us as we take 2016 and build something exciting in 2016.
Exactly. And as we was talking earlier, we was talking about how Mr. Jack Fallon took this company, and made it for the average person, because we know that now a lot of the big hitters, I'm not going to mention any names, but a lot of the big hitters now have joined and partnered with us in Total Life Changes.
Absolutely.
And I'm telling you, if they would have been in on the onset, because he was looking for Jack Fallon, with sitting down with talking with him, especially this past weekend. Oh man, we had a wonderful time out in New Orleans, with my sponsor, Mr. Jeff Simpson. And his lovely wife Janella System, and the Supreme team, and Miss Stormy Wellington, and the checks. You just get the checks. I got one, but everything was just great and fabulous. But like I was saying, Jack Fallon saw something, had something that was given to him, and not keeping it and holding it, but making it for the average person. And it said, Mr. Holiday, Mr. Garcia, thank you. Wow. But I really appreciate it. But, like I said, Mr. Fallon had something that he looked at was very prominent, that put people on that other edge. Because even myself, I've been in several network marketings. I have a story too. I've been in several network marketings that have failed. Matter of fact, many of you know my last company that I was in, I spent $700 to get in this company. And over 15 months, I made 76 cents. Right. 76 cents. And this company alone, just from the back office, I made you all seen the check 20,000, but the retail, and that's not even including my wife's side of the profile. That's not including the retail. Total, I made about close to $50,000 if you tally everything up. But I'm telling you, our team is winning. It's not all about me, because my team, I'll be nothing without a team. Right. You know, and that's the whole thing about this. And now we're tapping into the other nationalities. And Mr. Garcia and I here sitting, and we're looking at doing some stuff. I can't really let it out the bag, but probably doing some TV stuff, you know, some short wave type things, you know, as they say in the Star Wars, for you all who are Star Wars or Checky, some Jedi mind tricks type stuff. You know, so, but we still going on, you know. I learned a lot from Mr. Simpson, because I'm telling you, he is a wonderful leader.
Yes, he is.
He is a wonderful leader that, you know, I partner up shoulder to shoulder with. You know, I tell people all the time, I say it might look like sometimes I'm spying for the other guy, but I'm with him.
You know, one of the things about Jeff and Janella for me is that there's consistency.
Yes.
And consistency is the key to success in anything you do. I don't care what it is. I mean, you can be working a job, exchanging your time for a paycheck. And if you want to climb up the ladder of corporate America, you got to be consistent. Right? You got to show up on time. You have to lay out plans. You have to give suggestions. You have to build someone else's wealth so that way they can pay you what they think you're worth.
Yes.
For me, I was tired of that. You know, I was tired of that. I mean, I had my story shared, but I got tired of that. But I wanted to say something about consistency. You know, if you set your mind to say, I'm a part-timer, I really want to build this business, that means you have to lay out a strategy. And that strategy says that Monday through Saturday, or whatever day it is for you, I'm going to set aside 10 hours a week. And those 10 hours a week is dedicated for me to build a part-time business with Total Life Changes, or for whatever company you may be involved in. For us, it's Total Life Changes, right? That's the one that we're passionate about.
Right.
But set aside 10 hours and go out there and start building something for yourself. Because if you think about it, if you're making $35,000, $40,000, $50,000, and you can add an additional $20,000 to your bottom line,
exactly,
like Mr. Holiday did, now you got a little more income. You can take care of the family. But if you really start looking at it like we're doing, he did $20,000 in such a short time. Could you imagine how much more we can really do?
Exactly.
And for Jeff and Janella, that was exactly their philosophy.
Right.
Let's start small. Let's build on it. Yes, we're going to have people say, don't worry, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to be part of that. You keep walking. You keep walking, and you find folks who see a vision. Because at the end of the day, what are we trying to do here, right? We're trying to save lives. We're trying to change lives. 1,000 lives is our mission. And there is where... And now we can go on forever talking about that, but we don't want to try to pitch anybody at that. We're really trying to see, hey, if you're excited about being part of a growing team, join this man. He's fantastic. He's consistent, and I'm here to tell you, you'll get places, be part of his team. So this is Angel. Just wanted to share that really quick. And so I'm excited to be here today with you.
Yes, Miss Queen, I see that you made the comment that the products work. Yes, they do work. And as Mr. Angel was talking about, you know, when you go to approach people, you know, I always have a saying I learned this when I first started in network marketing over 15 years ago. There is a saying, say SW, SW, SW. Some will, some won't. So what? Keep it moving. And that's how you have to take it. You know, some will join you, some won't join you. So what? All you're doing is building your business. You're putting yourself out there. You're putting yourself in position. I tell people all the time, attractive people attracts people.
Absolutely.
You can be the ugliest person in the world. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world. But if you have something that attracts, oh man, it attracts people. And that's what it is. Attractive people attracts people. I thank you all for the hearts and everything that you're doing. I thank you for the shares that you're doing. That's what it's all about, helping others. That's what it's all about. Because if we don't help others in this, because like I said, Mr. Simpson could have went anywhere. Him and I was neighbors for years. We've been in other companies together. But you know, he said, I'm going to help the Holidays. I've seen their struggle. I've seen their passions. And, you know, it just was fun. I've been in other companies where you got to be real corporate, suited up, booted up. And you know, we have to here, but I have fun. Right. Oh, man. Right. Oh, man. Right. You all know Skip Team Fabulous, baby. And that's what it's all about. You know, we can come together. and just sit down and strategize. You know, Mr. Garcia has his paper here. We sitting down here. We're going to make some plans, make some deals, start doing some things. I met some wonderful people this past weekend, Miss Kim Q and Miss Alicia Jones, sisters from another mother that I've been dealing with for the last couple of months. And I'm telling you, beautiful spirits. Miss Stormy Wellington, come on. You know, everybody know her. She is just wonderful. And I'm glad she said yes to this opportunity, because if she did not say yes, then Jeff Simpson and Janella Simpson would not have said yes. And then I would definitely was saying yes, but my wife would have not said yes.
That's right.
And once we made that decision to say yes, it was on and popping.
This Latino Angel Garcia said yes. So, and it becomes exactly that.
Yes.
Folks start saying yes.
Yes.
They may not say yes today, but if they're watching you, they're watching what you're doing, and then they'll start saying yes.
Exactly.
And then before you know it, your struggle and how hard people think this business is, it becomes very easy.
Yes.
Because at the end of the day, what are we doing? We're not selling anyone.
Right.
I'm not trying to recruit and sell. I'm educating.
Yeah.
Providing knowledge and educating and trying to answer some of your questions, because there may be folks out there who simply are confused of what we're trying to offer, right? And our job is to clarify. At the end of the day, whether they come in or not, it really doesn't matter. It's what we do. Are we consistent building our business? Yes. And so that's what we're planning to do for 2016.
Exactly. Amen. Yeah. Amen. Yes. And you know, we just wanted to come by here and do this quick Periscope because, you know, this is one of the tools that, you know, I've used over the last several months. I kind of got to back off because you all know me as a Post-O-Matic. I love posting pictures. I love doing videos. And I kind of stepped away from that because life happens. You know, things happen. And I started focusing on some things. You know, the wife and I, we downsized. We empty nesters now. And so, you know, we're looking at this as a whole different avenue. You know, we're taking this and going full-fledged with this. Because at this point, what else is there to do?
No, I mean, well, you can go find a job and continue working a job all your life, but at the end of the day, how far does a paycheck really go?
Exactly.
Now, how far can you really provide for your paycheck with a paycheck? The reality is that there are limits on how much money you can make in corporate America. There are limits on how fast you can advance in many of those companies. And I'm here to tell you, corporate America, they don't really want you to advance. You know what they do? After a couple of years, they replaced you with a younger person doing 2-3 jobs of what you were doing, or with less money. And before you know it, you're back out there trying to find something else. So here, our job, if you want to call it that, is building a business for ourselves.
Yes.
That's our job.
That's what our job. Yes.
Our job is to go out there and do what? We prospect, we invite, we present, presentation key. And we make sure we promote to the events. Mr. Holiday went to the event. Fantastic pictures, great checks. What does that do? That motivates people who are sitting on the sidelines to say, wait a minute. If Mr. Jeff and Janella Simpson and the Holidays are doing it, why can't I do it? Because at the end of the day, Mr. Holiday and Mr. Garcia, we put in our pants on the same way, one leg at a time. Ain't really no difference. So you got to go out there and be very productive. You know, create a strategy like we're doing of what your week is going to look like, and then execute.
Yes.
And yeah, there are days where you may not be able to do it, but you better get up. Get it ready because you got to execute the next day if you want to be consistent and grow your business.
Exactly. And as he was saying with that corporate America, I work for the Department of Children and Families, the state government here in South Florida. And do you know there are so many people jumping ship? Like you said, there are so many people, and even in my own advancement, I was just talking with a couple of people, they don't want you really to advance. They want you to come in, do your work, say nothing, and go home. The laws of jobs, the laws of employers, the laws of businesses, in a sense, unless you're working for yourself. As John Paul like you say, long hours, low pay. Exactly. Even when Miss Janella Simpson got terminated from her job, you know, that was the best thing that happened for her. That was the best thing that happened for her. Now, myself right now, my wife, she had a contractual position that she was working for this insurance company, and they killed off the contract early. So what we have to do, 40-40-40 plan, like that, retire with nothing. They used to give you a gold watch. Now they'll retire is all with taxes, like you said.
They give you a gold little pin, and it's not even gold. It's probably gold plated. Okay, so I mean, it's crazy out there.
Yes, it is.
It's crazy.
Yes, it is.
But the reality is that you gotta find something to believe in, because if you don't believe in something, then you're gonna fall for anything, and before you know it, you're representing 10, 12 different companies in such a short time.
Yes.
And no one likes network marketing junkies, okay?
Uh-oh.
We are in the relationship marketing. We're here to build relationships. Not here to promote and try to recruit. It's lovely when I can bring someone in, but the reality is, you got to bring them in, and then you got to provide some training, some skills, because there's some skills involved in what we do.
Right.
But our skills is to educate and provide knowledge, not to go out there and bombard them with trying to recruit, because at the end of the day, they won't do anything. So,
and that's true.
Yeah.
And I learned that on the back end, because when we first started, we were recruiting. With regional director Michael Butler, we call him the sponsor monster. But at the end of the day, like you said, they don't wind up doing anything. They got in because of the excitement, and yes, they got to be excited. But yet and still, they didn't have the tenacity or the determination, put it that way, to continue marching along. And Keenan Kelly, Nicole Cooper, some of those use some great analogies on Facebook that I've seen. Keenan Kelly showed Mr. Simpson from when he started 15,000 to 80,000, now to 200,000. And she said, it never matters. It does not matter what your check looked like. Even if it says $100, at least you made that. Why? And it changed your life. And that's what Total Life Changes is about. That's what Jack Fowler had bring about this company, this opportunity for many people. It changed my wife and our life. It changed our zip code when we were looking at, wow, where we going to go? Because we sold our house, some things happened. I got 3 children, all of them in college. My oldest daughter is in Atlanta. My son is at LSU. See, these are the seeds that I've sown over the years that God has blessed me. He said he'll never leave us nor forsake us. So he brought this opportunity to me at an opportune time when I really needed it, when I really had to put something down, because we were struggling. My wife had a hoopty. Oh man, it was so much of a hoopty. It was a hoopty C, D, and G. You know what I mean? Good, bad, and ugly out the door. And even when we went to purchase it, let me tell you the favor. We had favor, and I think it's your connections. Your connections would bring that favor of anything, strategy, and whatever in your life.
Yeah, no, that's key, because if you're not surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals, then chances are when things go wrong, when someone says no to your opportunity, you're quick to want to quit.
Yeah.
Quick to want to say, I can't do this.
That's true.
But when you surround yourself in that environment, your belief level starts to pick up.
Yes.
You start hearing the stories of the struggles of the individuals who today are making a 6-figure income. For those who are making a 7-figure income, right? But you need to be surrounded. For me, it was important that I met with Mr. Holliday and sat here today, just so I can get some feedback and we can figure out what's our next level. So I'm here to tell you, if you're part of TLC, just don't stay home. Be part of the event. Come to some of these presentations that are going on. Yes, you've heard the presentation in the past, but it's not about the presentation that you're there.
That's true.
You're there to be building some form of camaraderie among those peers who are growing their business. And those nuggets that Mr. Jeff talks about, those nuggets those knowledge nuggets starts to seek in. And guess what happens? That fear that you have about prospecting, or about building your business, or wondering whether you can do this business starts to diminish. Starts to go away.
That's true.
Because
Thanks for sharing, Alicia.
You start to witness that ordinary folks are making some extraordinary changes in their lives.
Wow.
Right? So that's the key of network marketing or relationship marketing. It's not about just joining. Didn't work out for me. It's about being part of the team and coming to those events and recruiting and building among like-minded individuals.
And that's what it's all about. Even scriptures tell us that we got to be like-minded, in whatever you do. Because if we're not, then everything fails. You put yourself in a situation where you get in, because like the other companies, even some of the other guys, one guy on my job had told me, he said, Daryl, because I used to try to recruit him in every business that I tried to get into. And that was my problem. I tried to recruit him. And then with this business, I said, you know what? I'm not going to any warm market people. I'm not, everybody basically that joined me at the onset, at the beginning stages, were people that saw me. Like I said, the things that I did that attracted them, that drew them, to me. And it was no warm market. And he told me, and I reminded him today, I say, Caesar, I say, do you remember what you spoke to me about 3 years ago in your car with your son? And he said, yeah. I told you at that time, one day you were going to find something that was going to work for you. And look at you now. You found your niche. That's right. I went through the credit card. I tried to build another Russell Simmons with the old company called ATM Global. We had debit cards, and we tried to do that. Like I said, that was the last company that I was in over 3 years ago. And I said I was done. I was done with networking.
Nothing wrong with that, though, because those are skills that you develop.
Yes.
And those skills is what has taken so many of the success stories in TLC today.
Yes, that's true.
Earning those big checks.
Yes.
Because they were involved in other companies.
And
And because through the struggles and learning those skills, today they make it seem so flawless.
Exactly.
So easy.
Exactly.
But what they don't realize is the struggle they went through to learn those skills. So again,
that's true, Alicia.
I share this. Be part of the camaraderie. Be part of the presentations, wherever they may be. Don't have anyone to invite. Doesn't matter. Go there, because something someone may say to you, or something that is said at that presentation may spark a belief level in you.
Exactly.
And before you know it, that fear starts to go away.
Yes.
Because it's the fear.
One team, one dream.
One team, one dream. The fear is what keeps us from achieving our goals.
Yes, that is true.
Our fear stops us from taking and executing, making a simple phone call, because we have this fear of what the person may say on the other line. We have to learn how to disattach our emotions from the outcome. Doesn't matter what the outcome is.
Exactly.
Doesn't matter whether they say yes or no. It matters whether you provided the information of the products you're offering and the knowledge of the opportunity you're offering.
Exactly. One person just asked to give a retail to recruit. Well, on our way, my wife and I, we drove to Louisiana. And on our way back, we stopped, had to come through at 75, and we came through at this gas station right there in Fort Myers. There was a lady that was getting out of the car. Now, you all know I talk to everybody. I just love on people regardless. And it was a young lady. She's getting out of the car, and she had some nurse gear on. And I asked her, I said, hey, what do you do? She said, well, I'm a nurse. And I gave her my card. I say, my name is TheHollidays. I'm with Total Life Changes. And I just want to share my card with you. She said, well, what is this company? I said, have you ever heard about it? She said, no. She said, what is this company? So what I did, I gave her a sample pack of the product. Because sometimes, as the old way and scriptures tell you, it's better to give sometimes so you can receive. You know what I mean? And I gave her some NRG. And let me tell you, when I gave her the NRG, because she said she was working that night.
Go ahead, finish up, tell that story. Tell that story.
She said she was working that night, a 12-hour shift. She just walked in to the gas station we pulled into, and she grabbed 2 cans of Red Bull. You know what? I'm just learning what the ingredients in Red Bull. And they don't call it Red Bull for no reason, okay? If you didn't know what's the ingredients, one of the main ingredients is actually, and ladies, cover your ears, is actually bull sperm, okay, in Red Bull. And when she told me that, I was like, no, what are you doing? And so I gave her one of these little packs of the NRG, okay, and I told her, I said, hey, take this, call me tomorrow. I have the text messages where she sent me before I even got a chance to call her after she got off her shift. And she said, what is in those products? She said, I want to become a part. And I signed her up just like that. And yes, retail to recruit, but sometimes you got to give away products. I know Mr. Simpson and I, at the beginning stages, we gave away product. Miss Stormy Wellington gave away product. You know, sometimes you have to do that only because, you know, you can't look to get money off everything. You know, sometimes you have to give away something to get something. And as they say, a closed hand can never receive, and a closed mouth never gets fed.
And that's basic 101 for any business that you may own. I mean, if you had any type of traditional business, you have to sometimes give away certain merchandise in order for folks to come back and then sample. You got to sample a few, and then before you know, people then are referring the product to friends and family, and that's no different when we go out there and we're giving out free product. It's a way to say, come on back to our site and purchase more products.
Exactly. So we're not going to keep any more time because we have to the hour's getting late. Thank you. Yes. You started TLC. All right. That's good. A YouTube channel. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. I seen something about the ring and everything, but I'm telling you, you know, Mr.
Yeah, this is Angel Garcia, and very excited. I have a site on Facebook called The Marketer's Lounge. I post events and things that we're doing together as a family. So look me up at The Marketer's Lounge on Facebook.
All right, this is Pastor Darrell J. Holiday, and we're going to go ahead and sign off with Mr. Angel so we can get in here and start strategizing what we need to do for this next level marketing.
You got it.
Bye for now. Bye-bye. Love you all. God bless. It says, I gave away a NRG to a principal today, and she says she is tired after 4 p.m. Let me tell you something. She's going to call you back quickly tomorrow. All right, you all have a good night. God bless. Love you much. TLC for life, baby.
Got it.
TLC for life. Uh-oh.